So hopefully I don't have this crazy eyebrow trying to do what it was doing in the last video.
Your eyebrow has gone rogue, it's true.
Oh my god, my eyebrows are going rogue. That's no bueno.
When eyebrows go rogue.
Rafi's tips for artists because he loves you.
Hola, you amazing artist. Today I'm thinking that we're going to respond to a question that we got on the live stream, only because we've gotten this question several times over the last year. And the question is, when is it a right time to get a website?
And the answer is now! Right friggin' now!
There's no reason for you not to have a website. I think the question was like, what are the downsides to having a website and what are the upsides? Almost like you're weighing out the pros and cons.
Here's my thing, you guys. The internet these days is just as important, if not more so, than a brick and mortar location. And having a website is like owning your own piece of property. And we all know you ain't no kind of man unless you got land.
When it comes to the internet, I think that a lot of the confusion comes from the idea that it is this extra additional thing that you're adding on to your business. Almost like you've got your brick and mortar location here locally, or people know you locally as an artist, and having a website is just if you're trying to expand your reach or do marketing. Almost like they look at having a website as just a marketing ploy. Really, what Clee said there about having a brick and mortar location, being able to have something online, that is a presence that not only helps you globally, but it helps you locally as well. For us, for example, the way that I've designed our website is that it is a local hub. Like everything that we do, if you go to our website, you are able to see everything we do, from podcasts to having a Patreon page, to having our web store, to looking at the history of who we are, fun projects that we've done over the years. It basically has everything. Now, our website is a little extreme, but that's extreme website. That's how we roll. We're all about putting all the stuff out there and showing ourselves off and doing whatever it is that we can to try and let people know, like, hey, this is what we've done. This is who we are. Yeah, on the live stream, Clay had said that our website was basically free. Now, it wasn't free.
It wasn't free.
But what the point that she was making was that we had the website, we had the Rafi Was Here website when we were traveling the country. And it wasn't like we were making buku bucks while we were traveling the country, but we were still able to afford a website.
Okay, so let's talk about the one and only con I can think of to having your own website.
What's that?
You probably got to learn some stuff that you don't know yet.
Yeah.
And that can be a little scary for people. But honestly, I feel like a lot of places have made it pretty easy.
I typically don't know how to build a website. I've learned what I've learned about doing a WordPress site because of years of trial and error. But like for the first 4 years, we had a site through Yahoo, which was completely different than WordPress. When we started our WordPress site, I had to like relearn all of the website building stuff all over again and made all the mistakes in the world to do it. And as far as like building your site, there are so many videos here on YouTube that can walk you through a step-by-step process on how to build your site. The truth is that what you got to figure out is what kind of site it is that you need. Not whether or not a site is right or wrong for you, but you have to figure out what kind of site you want. I think the question of the pros and cons comes more along the lines of like, should I have an e-commerce site? Or should I sell through like platforms like Etsy and stuff like that? And really, I'm not saying that you should open up a site and have an e-commerce site and do all that stuff. Getting started right off the bat. I think first off, you should have a basic site out there, at least something on the internet. It's not about having an additional place to sell your stuff. When you're thinking about putting a website together, especially if it is your first website, I want you to think of the opportunities of putting your own website out there in order to allow other people to be able to talk about you and direct people to a site.
Think about it as planting your flag on the internet. And your flag is your business card.
Yeah, your flag is your business card. The beauty of a website is that you get to expand on your business card. So when you hand a business card to somebody, then they type in whatever address it is, and then they go online and they get to find out more about you. It doesn't mean that you need to put out this completely complicated site and they could buy things, but you can make it into a central hub. For the last 5 years, we had our website, and then we had links from our website that went to our Etsy stores or the Redbubble store or wherever it was that I had stuff that was available. But on my website, there was the additional information that you don't get to actually put out on other platforms.
I like to think of platforms as kind of like those platforms in Super Mario World. You could get on a platform, but you couldn't stay on it that long because it was moving. So you couldn't stand there too long before you got by a spike or a fireball or a brick wall.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
That's actually a really great analogy because that is kind of what it's like.
To be on a platform.
Yeah, to be on a platform. You have no idea how long that platform is going to last or whether or not that platform is going to change things, like what happened with Etsy. With Etsy, they did the free shipping initiative and stuff like that, and that just didn't go well with us. And that wasn't the only last straw. For us, that was the last straw, but there were several things, several changes that Etsy had made over the last couple years that we didn't necessarily agree with. And we didn't really want to be a part of. And eventually it just led to that last straw where it was you know what? We got to have our own thing. We got to have our own e-commerce store and be able to have much more control over the policies and what it is that we decide to do with our store. That's where the journey of our e-commerce eventually evolved to. But we were perfectly fine getting started using one of those platforms. The thing is, the platform is a stepping stone. That's the way you should see it. It should not be the end all be all. I think it's the same concept that I have when it comes to doing the market. We do the Pal Fox market here, but slowly but surely the idea is to be able to pull back from that and not rely so much on that market because the market is not controlled by us. We're not the ones in charge of running the market. We're not the ones that are going to ensure that the market will always be there. The market has their own policies. And eventually, if the market goes away, that would have a huge impact on our business.
Yeah, basically having your own website is like building your own house and building it as strong as you want to make it so that you know that it's there.
Yeah, it's your own place. It's your own brick and mortar location on the internet. If you want to get your feet wet and you want to get started somewhere, then yeah, absolutely do the online platforms. That's what I recommend. I still have certain items on my Etsy shop because Etsy is still a good opportunity. It's just not a great opportunity in my mind to have the entire bulk of your business on there.
Yeah, don't have all your eggs on a platform, or if you do in the beginning, think about moving your eggs to a more secure basket.
Yeah, exactly.
The single biggest thing I hear from people about websites is, what's the point of having my own website? No one goes to it. I'm getting more traction on XYZ platform, and I can't get anyone to go to my website.
Whenever I hear that, it's honestly a little bit infuriating because I get it. I get it. You put your stuff out there, you have a website, and then it's Internet Siberia. And I think people are under the impression that you build a website and then all of a sudden, like, it's available to everyone and everyone's going to just freaking run to their website. That's not the point of having a website, especially not in the beginning. The point of having a website is establishing a place, a familiar place that everyone can go to in order to find your information easily. Even if it's just 10 people out there in the world that know about you right now, it's still a benefit to have the ability to direct those 10 people to a familiar place where even 20 years down the line, they can still find you. Basically giving them a place that is home. People move. People go to other countries. You may move or end up going somewhere else. This gives everybody that collects your work the ability to be able to find you no matter where you are, in which part of your career you are. It's not about just generating traffic and generating sales. It's about giving people a familiar place to be able to find you.
And using your other platforms to familiarize people with your website. So like when you post to Instagram, the link in your bio is your website. So if they want to learn more, they can go there. That way, if you leave Instagram, if you leave Etsy, if you change things up, your diehard fans and collectors know they can find you on your site.
Everything that we have, whether it is YouTube, our podcast, our social media, everything leads right back to the website. The website is the central hub. When we had 0 following on the internet, our website didn't get that much traffic. As our following grew on other parts of the internet, our website started to get more traffic. It's really important to have that relationship when people find you, even if you don't have that many people following you, that they have the at least added benefit or ability to be able to go to your website, even though you don't have a lot of traffic. It's not about putting stuff out there just to sell stuff, to generate traffic. It's not about the numbers. It's about giving the people the option to be able to find out more about you if they want to.
Even in my early 20s, when I wasn't doing an art career, something deep inside me knew, like, I wanted to own my own domain.
I know, right? I mean, and that's the thing that confuses me about the question about whether or not to have a website. Before I was even doing anything with art, I bought a website called Creative Works by Rafi. It cost me $15 to get the domain name, and I think it was like $25 to do the website. I just threw together this website with my artwork and my information. At least I had something on the internet that made me feel good, that I could direct people to. And most importantly, that other people that were interested in seeing the work could direct other people. There are so many times that people come up to you and they're like, well, what do you do? And you're like, I'm an artist. Oh, really? Where can I see your work? Well, I have my stuff around town, but if you want to see the bulk of my work, you could go to my website. And then I give them a business card and it's done. At that point, they have the option to be able to go online and find out all the amazing things that I do.
Instead of having to tell people, well, you can go here for our podcast and you can go here for our music and you can go here if you want to get updated. You can see it all.
Yeah, because there's so many different places. You could go to my Instagram page and see my artwork. Okay, so first I got to go to Instagram. Then I got to type in your name, or you could go to this website to see my artwork. And then I just go to your website. Like, it's simple. It's one step.
Yeah.
One step. I go to your website, and then from there, if I'm interested in your Instagram and everything, your website is going to direct me to all the other things that you do. That's why, to me, having a website is a no-brainer, because like you get to create this central hub where people can contact you no matter where it is that they are. If they have an Instagram, then they could hit your Instagram link. If they have a Facebook, then they could hit your Facebook link. If they're interested in seeing you on YouTube and you have YouTube videos, they could hit your YouTube link. If they want to contact you, they could hit the contact us page. If they want to find out more about you, they could read the about you page. Basically, you don't have to have like an extravagant website, but just think of it as a central hub where people can find all the things that they're looking for when it comes to you.
You'll also be doing your business card a huge favor. Instead of having like 50 social media handles on it. Remember when our business cards had like 10 social media handles on them?
I hated that. I hate that. The card should have like your contact information as far as like what email to contact you at, and your website, phone number if you want to add a phone number to it. But that should be it. It shouldn't be like Instagram, follow me on Instagram, this, that, blah, 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 blah. Let's say that you don't have a website and you're thinking about throwing a website together, and you already have like an Etsy store or something like that. So you're not too concerned about doing an e-commerce store, right? If this is your first website, you're deciding to do it. Personally, I like WordPress. And the reason that I like WordPress is because one of the other things that I do is I write a blog just about every week. And that's another way of generating traffic back to the site. It gives people that go to your website a reason to follow your website. So I love that option. Instead of having what's called a static website where it's just sitting there, I love the idea of having a blog. So whatever services you are thinking about signing up for when it comes to a website and you decide that you're just doing a basic website, I would suggest maybe getting something that has something like a blog where it's interactive. So the most basic things that a website should have is a landing page. And so your landing page would basically be your home page. And that's almost like the summary page. This is the summary page. This is me. And look at this little blurb about me. And these are the things that I do. And here's some artwork. And here's a link to my YouTube. And here's a link to this and a link to that and all that stuff. So basically it's your home page. It's like, hey, check me out. This is the page that you create that says like, hey, it's me, look at me.
Yeah, and from there, you can be as simple or as complex as you want, but I would say don't overly simplify it.
Yeah.
I tried to refer some business to an artist friend of mine, and it turned out that his website was literally a picture of his business card. It basically had no examples of his work and only an email address to contact him. And it was just blah.
There are a lot of artists that we refer to, people that come to us that maybe want something that we don't want to do.
Or isn't our jam.
Yeah, things that aren't our jam. And I know of other artists that would be their jam. And so the best way for me to refer that customer to that other artist is to give them the website. Because I'm not going to hand out anybody's phone number. I'm not going to hand out anybody's email. And I want that customer to take a look at their website, to take a look at what they do before they contact that person, because I want to make sure that they're a good fit for each other. If their website doesn't have an About Me page or a portfolio page or a contact me page, you know, a page where you could actually like click on it and contact them, then a lot of times I don't refer the site, because why am I going to send somebody there if there is no examples of their work or there is no way for them to contact them? Think of it as an interactive business card. Here is my homepage. Check me out. This is who I am. Here is my About Me page, just in case you want to know a little bit more about me. Here's my portfolio page, in case you want to check out all the cool stuff that I do or some of the coolest stuff that I've done. And here is the Where to Find Me page. And on this page, you will get links to my Instagram, and you'll get links to my Facebook, and you'll get links to my online stores, and you'll get links to my Redbubble and all the other cool things that I do on the internet.
And any other in-person locations you show your work.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's where you could put the different local businesses, or if you're in a gallery or wherever it is that your artwork is up around town, you could put it on Where to Find Me page along with all the online places that you are.
Finally, a contact us page.
Yeah. You want to have like email or phone number or just however it is that you want them to contact you. That's where you direct them on how to contact you. You could either go very basic like that, or you could go completely buck wild like we do on our website. If you check out our website, there is a page for it. In fact, our website is what I would consider a little bit of overkill, but I love our freaking website because we've got all the stuff on there.
Our website is amazing. I adore it. The thing about websites is that it reflects your own personal style, right?
Yeah.
It's a chance for you to really show people what your aesthetic is, what you're about.
I think a lot of people are a little timid about getting a website started because they're afraid that they're going to do it wrong. I'm going to design it wrong. I'm going to put the wrong information on there. And really, a website is just your opportunity to express yourself online in a way where you know that people are going to find you. So either you do something that is dry and, you know, the professional, or you do something that is full of personality, or you do something that is a little basic or a little complicated. It doesn't matter. You can't get it wrong. It is just a reflection of who you are. And that's something to keep in mind when you're thinking about putting a website together. The moral of the story is don't overcomplicate the issue of getting a website by trying to weigh out the options there. If you're looking at a website as this is a place where I could sell work, then you're going to overcomplicate it. Make it a place where people could come and find you. Make it a place that you could familiarize people with an easy way and a constant way to be able to find you. The internet is changing so rapidly. So the idea that there is one place where people could find us, even our old website that was RafiWasHere.com, if somebody types that into the internet, it takes them to RafiandClee.com. I want to make sure that anybody that was familiar with us back then still has a way to be able to find us. So even if you haven't hit the peak of your popularity or you're just starting out, I think it's important that you have some kind of web presence. And not overthink it so much.
Stake your claim. Plant your flag.
state your claim, plant your flag.
Get that land on the internet.
Just FYI, this subject is a little difficult for me to talk about because I get a lot of people that ask me a lot of very vague questions about website building and things like that. And I'm not a website builder, you guys. I don't build websites. There are plenty of other videos out there that they know what they're talking about when it comes to building a website.
What Rafi's saying is that we built our website by flailing heroically through the process.
Yeah.
And you can too.
Yeah, pretty much. Just flail through it because you'll get it done. You'll get it done and you'll be an expert when it comes to building your own website. Like that's it. I don't know how to build websites. I know how to build my website. And that's it, you guys. Hopefully that helps with any website, whether or not you should have a website or not have a website or have a website.
Have a website.
Yeah, have a website. And thank you so much for watching, you guys. You guys are absolutely freaking amazing. I totally adore you. And if you like this and you want to watch more like this, just click right over here to subscribe. And that's it. Say goodbye, Clee.
Good day.
Adios.